Hi, I'm Erica Lewis, Integrative Nutrition Health Coach and Transformation Coach. If this is your first time visiting my channel, welcome. And if you are returning, welcome back. Today's video is on the power of visualization. Some of us may or may not be familiar with this, but a visualization practice is one where we are creating many movies or images and putting them before our minds. So just thinking about what we want to think about. And this is extremely powerful because a lot of us have probably heard that the mind does not know the difference between reality and what we implant into our minds. So we have the opportunity to be amazing co-creators in our lives, and this process can yield amazing results with a little practice. And it does not take a big part of our day or even too much focus. A practice of anywhere from 1 minute to 5 minutes can yield, as I said, amazing results, and 1 minute is powerful. That's a lot. And it's a lot more than most people are doing because a lot of people may not even be familiar with this process. So just taking a minute a day to focus on what it is that you want to see in your life. And you can use it for anything. You can use it for 1 minute as to how you want to see your work experience to go for the day. It can be 1 minute towards your health and improving your health and actually looking at yourself as a healthy and vibrant being and how you want to show up in the world. It can be focusing on the type of relationship that you want to have romantically or even relationship with your children. If you want to show up as a more confident individual or as a more sexy individual or just whatever it is, you're just closing your eyes and you're creating a movie, a mini movie, or moving images of how you want to be in the world every day or how you want to be in the scenario of your choice. So with me, I actually became familiar with this process when I was undergoing transformation coaching myself as a student. And the visualization process was extremely important to me and one that I learned during that time. I actually used it to improve my health and to heal on my journey through breast cancer. So that was an extremely challenging time and one that could have been filled with a lot of fear and a lot of discomfort. But I really had to get good at going within myself and going within my mind and envisioning or visualization the outcomes that I wanted for myself. I knew that I was going to live. I was determined to do that. I knew that not only would I live, that I would thrive on the other side of breast cancer. That was just my commitment to myself. That was my goal. And that's the only thing I would focus on. And I tuned anything else out that did not look like what I wanted to occur in my life. So I use visualization going through my surgeries. As a matter of fact, before I was put under anesthesia, I would envision the doctors or the surgeons showing up in a thriving and a healthy way. They were totally alert and they were well and they were focused on a positive outcome for me. And that was important because I needed to visualize and have in my mind that I was going to come out of the surgery okay. And there were times when I had to show up for procedures and I would just envision everything going well. And there were times where I was going through procedure, and at one particular time, I came out of the procedure just fine, but then I was hemorrhaging. I started hemorrhaging, and um, the medical professionals in the room couldn't stop the bleeding. And so I had two choices right out the bat. I can go into fear mode and panic, and I was awake at this time. I had come out of my procedure, so I can go into fear mode and panic, or I can deep breathe, put myself in a place of calm because I knew that I had to stabilize and calm my body, and I can go into my visualization practice. And all through cancer, I would visualize myself 5 years out, 10 years out, 20 years out. What was I doing? What was I wearing? I closed my eyes. So at the birthday celebrations, my birthday celebrations, what kind of dress did I have on? What did my hair look like? What did my face look like? What were the smells that I smelled in the room? Um, who was in the room with me? Where was I at? I got very, very good at visualizing and seeing what I wanted. So despite all of the statistics about certain cancers or what could happen to you or whatever, I didn't focus on any of that. I focused on what I wanted to see. Then I would focus and see myself 10 years out at a birthday party. Again, this is my surviving and not just surviving, thriving. So the visualization practice was strong. I saw myself at my daughter's graduations, high school graduations. Again, what did I have on? What kind of foods were we eating? Who was in the room? Who were we celebrating with? Um, I saw myself at their weddings down the line if they decided to get married. I closed my eyes and I would focus very hard. What would the day feel like? Where could we potentially be? Again, who was in the room? The odors, what did I smell in the room? I heard the laughter. I saw the tears. I was very vested in the visualization process. And then childbirth, being around to see my grandchildren. I remember at one point, during that point where I was hemorrhaging on the table and the medical professionals couldn't stop my bleeding, I made myself envision helping my daughter through childbirth. And I remember at one point, I went to go wipe the sweat off of her forehead. And this is a visualization. At the time, my oldest daughter was only 11. So I'm envisioning her like 28, 29 years old, giving birth. And I went to wipe the sweat off of her forehead in the dream. And I literally, as they're trying to stop me from bleeding on the table, I looked at my hand because I can almost feel the sweat on my hand from wiping her forehead. So, needless to say, visualization practice was strong and it helped me to get through very dark and challenging times in my life and to move through them a lot more gracefully than perhaps if I were not working with a transformation coach and I was not doing visualization work. So these are some of the things that visualization can do. Um, you can work on visualization before going into a tough conversation with a mate or a significant other. You can use visualization before meeting a family member, maybe that, sometimes we have the siblings that maybe we don't get along so well with, or the parent, or the in laws, whoever it may be. You can actually close your eyes and envision before showing up at the gathering or at the engagement that you're going to, you can envision it being a lovely experience regardless as to if it's always challenging or they're very hard to deal with or for whatever reason you don't get along. Every day is a new day. Every day is a fresh start. And you get the opportunity to be a co-creator of your world by sending the energy ahead that you want to experience. So it's not even about the other person. This is your visualization process and you deciding the energy of the event that you're entering. So again, these are just choices and closing your eyes. And again, just determining how you want to see something to play out. So it's very powerful. And I encourage you to try it if you've never tried it before. Um, and then lastly, teach this to your children. You can show them how to visualize. I use this with my daughters, and it could be something so small. We may be on our way to a dental appointment. At one time we were, and usually the lobby is packed and it takes a long time to be seen. And one time, all three of us, we synergized and we just set the intention and we closed our eyes and we just envisioned walking into an empty waiting room and being seen right away because we were really hungry and we were looking forward to going to dinner together afterwards. And sure enough, for the first time ever, we walked into that room. There was no wait, and we were seen right away, and we were able to get out of there and get to dinner soon. So these practices are powerful. Visualization does work. You can also teach your child to do this before a speech or that they have to do in front of their peers at school or in front of their classmates. You can teach them to do this before a test and actually see themselves doing well and being confident, see themselves with the grade that they want on top of that paper. They close their eyes and they see that A or that B or whatever it is that they're striving for to enhance themselves. They see themselves giving the speech without stuttering. They see themselves having friends to play with on the playground at school. So it's a really powerful tool to teach to our children. They see themselves speaking up to the bully and not having a challenging situation at school. So it's really empowering and it teaches them how to embody experiences and help them to come to fruition. So it's just a powerful tool for them to have. So again, this is how I've used visualization. This is how we use the power of visualization in our family. And Hopefully you enjoyed this talk. And if you like this video, click like for me. Also subscribe. I love to have you as a subscriber. And I would love to hear any of your comments below. If you currently use visualization or if you want to use more or learn more about visualization, I'm very active in the comments. So if you comment, I promise to answer. And also share this video with anyone that you think could use the power of visualization for any challenge that they've been moving through. Or it doesn't even have to be a challenge. It's just someone that wants to improve their life, feel better in their skin, feel better in their experiences on a day-to-day basis. So again, this is the power of visualization. Look forward to seeing you again soon, and drop any comments below as far as future ideas for videos or topics that you'd like me to explore or talk on mind, body, and soul. All right, so thanks for coming by.